At Evernorth Health Services, we believe costs shouldn't get in the way of life-changing care, and we're doing everything in our power to make it possible. Behavioral health solutions that also keep your projections at their best? It's possible. Pharmacy benefits that benefit your bottom line? It's possible. Complex specialty care that cares about your ROI? It's possible. Because we're already doing it. All while saving businesses billions. That's Wonder made possible. Learn more at evernorth.com/wonder.
Families have a lot going on. Let Ollie help manage the mental load with new cognitive help supplements for everyone 4 and up, like delicious Lolly Focus Pops or Lolly Mellow Pops for kids. And for parents, try 3 new Brainy Chews to help you focus, chill out, or get energized. Find these cognitive health buddies for the whole fam at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Savage. Real talk, no filter on Savage Unfiltered. Savage.
Hey guys, what is going on? Happy weekly podcasting to all of you guys out there listening to us, wherever the hell you're listening to us. Whether it's the United States, Canada, UK, some private island that's getting somewhat of Wi-Fi. Hey, you never know. Thank you for choosing us. Thanks for listening to us on any platform, whether it's our audio platforms on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, 45 plus other platforms. It's constantly growing. And thank you for listening to us on Rumble and YouTube, including live streaming here on X, right? Hit that QR code in the upper left-hand corner. Savaged on X. No, not ecstasy, guys. On X. I had to throw that in because you think I'm a drug addict. But anyway. Yeah, Joe, we're going to be getting into the whole COVID, Tyrants, and Gitmo. Donald Trump possibly rumored to serve up a little nasty tea to the people that brought in COVID and everything that circulated around it, with the tyranny, with the lockdowns, with all that stuff. Like I said, rumored to kind of bring that into his presidency, that he plans on putting some federal charges against the people that are responsible for that. Well, what's your thoughts on that, Joe?
I will bide my time and we'll wait and see. And, we heard all the lock her up stuff before, so I'll believe some swamp draining when I actually see some swamp draining.
Yeah, I mean, with Donald Trump, he's unpredictable. It could be a high possibility that he may bring it in. He may want to bring up charges that are for those that do deserve to be responsible for it, because a lot of it was hysteria. A lot of it was fear-mongering. A lot of these states that were locked down should have been locked down to begin with. States like New York, L.A., Dallas, just to name a few. Those people should be responsible because they caused a lot of casualties with the jobs. I may have used that word incorrect, but you know what I mean. A lot of people were fired and terminated for wrongful reasons, and you might have to go to the state level for that, even the local levels. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, there's going to need to be a lot of house cleaning in the DOJ and the FBI and all that stuff before, and bringing somebody in who will be ready to prosecute some of these people, because the current deep state people in charge of these departments and agencies, the Rainbow Alphabet Mafia allies, are too busy hunting down pronoun violators and imaginary insurrectionists to actually deal with fraudsters and real conspirators under the RICO Act and things of that nature.
Right. But again, Gitmo you have to look at Gitmo as a federal penitentiary housing really, really bad criminals. So should we go to that avenue of possibly having some of these, politicians, mayors, governors, people that are responsible for it, including Anthony Fauci? I know that was a name brought up heavily on X this morning, as it is trending. Some of what we're talking about is trending on X. Anthony Fauci, a big name in the bunch that should be served with federal crimes.
Oh, yeah. Fraud as I call him. I mean, he lied before Congress, and no consequences. Yeah. Absolutely none.
Absolutely none. Yeah, Joe says. Well, what's your thoughts on it? We're going to bring Miss Liz from her show, Miss Liz Tea Time. Miss Liz, what's your thoughts on this as we're talking about, possible criminal charges and everything else with this rumor that Donald Trump, if he becomes president in November here in the United States, that he is going to serve up criminal charges against some of these people, what you just named. Anthony Fauci, a big name. The Department of Justice of the Biden administration and the rest of the Biden administration, too. Mayors, governors. There's a lot of names that were brought up. You have any thoughts on that? I know you reside in Canada, and you would love to see even maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know what your opinions are, if you're allowed to say it, or if you don't want to say it, it's okay. I understand. Even Trudeau, with the lockdowns in Canada, like, do you see this as somewhat of a serious matter that the United States, including Donald Trump in November, should pursue? Absolutely.
Savage, I think a lot of people are getting way too much, just because of the titles that they have and who they're serving, right? I think they all need to go to jail. They all need to be prosecuted. I think Donald Trump has a mind, and he has a lot to offer. I'm in Canada, and I would vote for Donald Trump. So, and for anybody out there who doesn't like Donald Trump, well, Miss Liz, I think the guy is awesome. Years ago, I thought he was an ass, but as I got to know him,
you thought he was an ass.
I did.
What, because of his mouth, his mentality level? He's strong. Yeah, he's strong with his words. Yeah,
he's really strong. He's strong forward, right? He stands up. But years ago, I thought he was an ass because of the way that he was towards his wife. And then the story got out there, media really mixes it up sometimes, and they screw it around, right?
They twist the language. Joseph and I talk about this all the time, where we call it the enemy-media, right? Yeah. The enemy-media basically twists the language. They twist things around. They take things that are not factual, and they try to, it's like a what the hell is that thing called as kids? We got on this little wheel thing, and it would spin,
around.
The merry-go-round, right? That's what it is. It's a merry-go-round circus show with the media. They love doing it. But I mean,
watching overtime, I think that a lot of prosecution should be done for a lot of people, including Trudeau. I don't even get started with him because I've been doing these press releases for my guest on time, and everything is getting friggin' censored. I can't use certain words. News doesn't want to hear this. It's ridiculous. It's just utterly ridiculous. It's like they don't have the truth out there. So
yeah.
And I'm going to stand ground with my press release this year. I've had sex trafficking put out twice, January and February, and I've had to take the word sex out because apparently it offends people. So, but yet that's all you see online is sex content and all that. So, it's just hogwash. That's all it is. I'm really getting fed up with all the censorship and all of the ridiculous crap that's out there. And these people are getting away with way too much. All of them should be prosecuted.
I talk about what all has gone on in Canada, gone even worse. And people, despite our First Amendment protection here in the U.S., that's coming from Canada to the U.S. I just released on my Constitutionalist Politics podcast and the LibertyBeacon.com piece last week about net neutrality. Like a zombie, it's coming back from the dead. It hasn't gone anywhere, and it has nothing to do with making sure the internet remains open and free to all people. It's going to be about implementing federal censorship, power and control over the internet to censor you, like in Canada, prohibiting things that, unless you're on board with the woke agenda, you're shut down, you're shut up.
Yeah, I agree with what you're doing, what you're saying there, Joe. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here with other things. But yeah, I agree what you're saying, guys. With the whole tyranny going on in Canada, with the free speech being eliminated and this and that, a lot of it, you're seeing it, a lot, because you're seeing it on both sides of the country. You're seeing it on Canada. You're seeing it on the United States. We had our free speech restricted, so to speak, with COVID, right? Everything you mentioned about COVID, to this day, you get that little bar in the bottom. For more information about COVID, please visit this. It's like a government information hogwash type of crap that they put in there. But why do they have to put that in there, Joe? I don't understand. Why do they have to constantly put in the little bar on the bottom of your posting with the COVID stuff?
Well, because they got to get their big pharma donors more money. They got to pay back their donors, these politicians that are all bought and paid for. All these people who whine and moan and complain about the cost of medication, suppress HCQS and ivermectin, that is pennies per pill, to peddle remdesivir, that's thousands of dollars per vial, and these other newer drugs that are really just new variations of older drugs, so that they could be under new patent and they can charge 1,000 times more for. Follow the money, as they always say.
Follow the money. And check this clip out, guys. As we're mentioning this on X here with the live stream, including the program, this is catching attention here, guys, on national networks here in the United States. Check this out.
Take a moment and remember the feeling. When they called you not essential. When they dictated what you could do, where you could go, how you could breathe. It's disgusting, isn't it? And they're trying to do it again. We've seen what happens when the people lose control. When politicians and unelected bureaucrats make the big decisions on our behalf, whether we like them or not. When the choices are taken away from us one by one. We've seen what happens when they strip away medical freedom. When they trample on informed consent. When they dismiss our cries of justice. They laughed at us. They called us names.
Rest in peace, Wheezy.
Their freedom. I want my freedom to live.
And they shamed us for not going along with their every demand. Enough already. It's time to hold these tyrants accountable. In the midst of them trying to do it again, this wasn't a public health measure. This was an act of war against a peaceful people. But a reckoning is coming. And we're leading the charge. This campaign is for all of us. I'm asking you to join this movement that's for every single person who felt the crushing weight of mandates, the sting of being called unessential, the pain of having your liberties stripped away. I'm Joshua Smith, and I'm running because you are essential, and because our freedoms are non-negotiable. Not last time, not this time, not ever again.
I recommend taking
the vaccines. I did it. It's good.
We faced the challenges. We felt the pain, but we're not defeated. Together, we have the power to create a brighter future, one where liberty thrives and tyranny dies. I endorse prosecuting the COVID tyrants and using Guantanamo Bay to lock them away for their crimes against humanity. In the face of all of this happening again, where they think we're stupid enough to fall for it, in 2024, a vote for me is a vote for vengeance. Go to joshuasmith2024.com to find out how you can help.
Wow. I mean, that's what you clearly seen in the last, couple of years now, with everything affecting the United States. I'm sure some of that imagery and video, Miss Liz, I mean, is very similar to even in Canada, what you're seeing in Canada. I mean, with things, right? I mean, maybe I'm wrong or.
Absolutely. We also have people that are starting to mask up again. It's starting to go back, but people are using their brains now. They're standing up and they're saying, no, we're not doing that. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. We're not stopping you guys. Like, stop enforcing your beliefs onto us, right? So it's just getting ridiculous. Everybody's just fighting. That's all they're doing. All they're causing is division. They don't want us together. They don't want us joining forces, right? Because we're stronger. People are stronger when we join forces than they are. And that's why they're trying to take us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much for the medical freedom farce. The leftists for years have been saying, and I got an upcoming piece on that, about, healthcare is a right. No, you don't have the right to enslave another, to force them to provide something to you for free. That is slavery. The left, the Democrats, the fascocrats are still the slave party. And they want to force others to provide. They claim they want health care to be a right. But as I said, the Nazis had socialized medicine in their platform. So does today's left. It's not about health care. It's about power and control. And they're proving us right again, because now there are certain hospitals who are refusing care. Well, I thought healthcare was a right, but now you're picking and choosing who you're going to give the care to. You're proving us right again. It was only about
Joe, I think we were always right. We were always right from the get-go. Yeah, we were always right from the get-go, and I think it killed them deep inside, to like, wow, we can't manipulate anymore. We can't brainwash anymore. I mean, I knew everything right about COVID. I said it to family. I said it to friends from the get-go. This is a plan. This is not a pandemic. It's a plan. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. How am I wrong?
It was people population.
Yes, it might be somewhat of a bacterial disease. Yeah, it might be bacterial disease. But look at the symptoms of COVID. Everything cold, flu. You say cold flu, they look at you with 5 different heads now. No, it's COVID. No, it's the cold, the flu. It's cold or the flu. No, it's COVID. What happened with the cold or flu? What?
It's just a bigger flu. That's all it
from
is.
Another planet.
Yeah. It's a SARS-V2 variant, a flu virus. It's just another variant, and it's man-made, manipulated variant.
My biggest pet peeve, Savage and Joe, was how many people actually died that had deadly illnesses because of this stupid mandate on who they were going to serve, if you had a shot, if you didn't. How many cancer patients died? How many people from MS died? How many people died from diabetes? Those are numbers that they should be looking at. Screw the numbers from COVID. Yes, people died from COVID, but you guys forgot about all the other people that were living with deadly illnesses as well. Like, you got to pick and choose.
people were denied a transplant because they refused to get the jab, whereas normally, if you're getting a transplant, you can't get one from someone who's taken an experimental drug. They deem that organ invalid for use, but instead they're withholding organ transplants from people who hadn't gotten an experimental drug, and it still is experimental. The studies aren't done. It was approved under emergency authorization only. It is not FDA approved under the normal circumstances, and the side effects are more detrimental than any benefit you get. We have been right on that from the get-go. I know someone who now has myocarditis due to the jab. I know others, and yes, people did die because of COVID, but not from COVID. I know two people. One person, Lisa Ewald, a nurse, got COVID while serving in the hospital. They didn't give her an N95 mask, which still wasn't going to protect you from the particulate size. It's an N95 because it only protects against 95% of viruses and bacteria.
Yeah, hold that thought.
Hold that thought, Joseph.
We're running low on time, guys. Just check out next week's Savage Cut Part 2 for this discussion because it definitely needs 2 parts, guys, of what we're talking about. Remember, be savage, not average. Take it easy, guys.